Hi guys, thanks for joining me today on Ollie Talks Airsoft. Today I'm going to be doing a quick talk about the HK45 by Tokyo Marui. This is one of my favourite Tokyo Marui handguns. It's a 45. I've had it for about 3 years. I managed to pick it up at the National Airsoft Festival for £70 with 2 mags, and then subsequently got a couple more mags myself as well. I love running this thing in CQB. It's an absolute monster. So let's have a closer look at what you actually get. I did get a box. I tried to find it, but I couldn't dig it out. So being a Tokyo Marui gun, it's going to be entirely made of plastic, which means it's relatively lightweight. With the magazine installed, this comes in at something like 800 grams or just under that. Compared to your FNX45, which is a more recent TM offering, that comes in about 50 grams, 50-60 grams heavier. So after the markings, you've got some a serial number on here, and that's not an individual serial number, sadly, but it is repeated underneath here on the 4-slot Picatinny rail. You also have a warning, refer to the owner's manual, then HK45, your ambi decocker, which does work. You've also got an ambi safety, which just disengages the trigger, and then if you let go of it like that, it flicks all the way up. So nice controls that you get on this. Everything's very positive, everything clicks into place very nicely. On the other side, hopefully it'll focus, you can see that there's some nicer markings on the barrel there, HK45 Auto, but then down here you've got ASGK, and just here you've got the Tokyo Marui Japan markings. The front and rear slide serrations on this are actually very nice. They do mean that you can very easily cock the gun from the front or the back, although I would say with all TMs, the actual spring that they use is very light, because it's only a plastic slide that they're using on here anyway. So let's have a quick look at the trigger pull that you get. So this is in single action mode, so you have a little bit of take up to the wall, and then nice clean break. Audible reset, shorter than the Walther, which I talked about the other day. And then in double action, so normally you just fire this once and it will go straight into single action, but again, there isn't any grittiness in this, but then I have had this gun for a few years now, and it's had a few thousand rounds going through it, so it has had time to wear in. As with all TMs, the hop up can be adjusted on the inside. Newer versions can be adjusted on the outside. So in order to take this gun down, you pull the notch in the slide back level with here, and then, unlike on a lot of pistols where you would expect to maybe push it through from the other side, push this through maybe, it's actually not the case on this particular gun. You just have to go in here. So you pull that out and the two arms will separate. So as you can see, it's probably in need of a bit of a lubing and a bit of a clean, but we'll have a quick look inside anyway. This is the big bore cylinder, so you do get an enhanced blowback with this particular version, and there, that wheel is the hop up adjustment. So in here you can also see that there are actually a couple of buffers. Camera to focus. There are a couple of buffers in here, just here, that I've added, and that basically short strokes the whole system a little bit. I did actually short stroke the system too much. You can buy a kit to put in. I put in every single buffer that they had, and I managed to break the guide rod and had to buy a replacement from Impulse 101 in Japan. And they do stock replacement TM parts, which is one of the reasons that I don't mind running green gas through this kind of pistol, because ultimately if I break anything, because all the TM guns have a manual that has an exploded parts diagram, you can basically identify exactly which part you need to replace. So that makes it really good. The actual reassembly of the gun, very, very simple. Line it up, drop it back through, there you go. So let's talk about what you get with the kind of recoil impulse. So we haven't got any BBs in here. let's just give this a go. And hopefully without hitting the camera. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the ambi controls just being on one side is kind of fine, because actually for airsoft, what you need to have ambi is your slide release here, your mag release, which is ambi down here, and your trigger. So ultimately all the bits that you need for airsoft are left-handed. So I'd say this is actually a pretty good option for anyone that's left-handed that doesn't want something smaller. So why would you want to have a 45? Well, this is a Walther PPQ, which is essentially, when you look at it, almost just a miniature version of the same gun. I only got this a couple of days ago, so I've only really recently had a chance to sort of draw any comparisons. But yeah, when you actually look at it, that's pretty similar. The slide serrations, the extractor on it is almost identical. Yeah, kind of weird. So if you've got smaller hands, maybe something like this, although I've not had much luck with this so far, so go and have a look at my unboxing and first look of the PPQ if you want to know what I think about that. Very unlike this gun. This is fantastic. It's been an absolute workhorse for years. I lend this to friends. One of my friends even went out and bought one of these because they liked it so much. So pretty high acclaim. I don't really know what else to say other than if you're going to attach a torch to it, don't expect an X300A style to be a secure fit. It's going to wobble. So any kind of torch you want to put on here, try and make sure it has some sort of secure attachment method. You can get a threaded barrel for this, although it is aftermarket, or you can buy the tack version of this. There isn't, however, any way currently to fit an RMR. So if you really want an RMR, currently your way forward is going to be the FNX. They do also do this in black, so that's again something to consider. But I just wanted to do this short video just to quickly talk about this gun and say how much I actually like it and why it's not a bad consideration for a left-handed person who maybe has slightly bigger hands, because these grips are actually really quite comfortable. Even though I've just got sort of medium-sized hands, this is still very comfy. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on this. Let me know yours in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one.